This is TV5 News Live.
Good evening and welcome to this TV5 News Live update. It's Tuesday, March 6, 2001. I'm Pat Grace, and here's a look at some of the things we'll be covering for you in the next few minutes. We have a complete weather coverage for you tonight as Mother Nature hits the East Coast hard. And could new cellular phone towers be coming to Clarion Borough, or will airports block that idea? Find out coming up. Plus, we'll have an update on the health of Vice President Dick Cheney. It's all coming up in the next few minutes. Schools are closed in New York and parts of New England, where a nor'easter has blasted through the area. New York Governor George Pataki has mobilized more than 300 National Guard personnel and equipment to deal with the emergency. The milder-than-expected storm has caused few problems around New York City, where all three airports are still open, although airlines have canceled numerous flights. CNN's Deborah Farrick reports.
The storm blasted the New England region, massive waves eating away the coastline and flooding homes in Scituate, Massachusetts.
It's scary to watch, but it's awesome.
In Peabody, power lines went down, leaving people in the dark. And in upstate New York, nearly 2 feet of snow. The major punch predicted to blast the New York City area.
This may be the worst storm in the winter season so far.
Instead, hitting 100 miles north and a day later than forecast, and prompting some mea culpas from meteorologists around the country.
The computers are pushing the envelope. It's a complex storm, and they're not getting it. If you want a lesson in humility, you become a weather person.
All the predictions sent the New York City area into overdrive, bracing for the storm. New York City public schools, which rarely close, shut down. And airlines preemptively canceled more than 1,000 flights along the northeast coast, stranding passengers across the nation.
We've been playing cat and mouse with this storm now for 24 hours. So I think our approach today is we're just going to get as many flights off the ground as we possibly can until the weather tells us otherwise.
That was small consolation to flyers spending the night where they hadn't planned.
It was very inconvenient, definitely, and very costly as well, because the company, the airline company, did not cover any of our expenses.
Some did enjoy the snow, even a former president. It will take days before the airlines clear up the backlog and get everyone where they're supposed to be. It's a game of catch-up not only for flyers, but for those at home left digging out. Deborah Farrick, CNN, New Jersey.
So nature's fury is hitting the entire Northeast, but how is it affecting Clarion? Our very own Mark Despotakis joins us live on Greenville Avenue with the latest.
Thank you, Pat. We are here live on Greenville Avenue in Clarion, but it's snowing just a little bit. Not too bad. We were out on the road just a little bit ago, and the roads are still snow-covered. If you take a look, you can see that, we still have a lot of snow out here from earlier today. Now, I spoke with state police, and they said that, yeah, the roads are still snow-covered. They're still, from what came down this afternoon. They recommend that if you can, stay indoors and do drive with extreme caution. Now, they're saying that be prepared for winter driving conditions. Now, we have some reports of some accidents out there, minor accidents. Right now, we've heard of one on State Route 66 and one out in Strattonville. Now, I've also spoken with folks at PennDOT's Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, and they're telling me that all their available trucks are out right now salting and cindering the road. And if you're out on the road, you can see that it's kind of a slush. You can see that they have salted and cindered the road. They're saying that Interstate 80 is good right now, but it is wet, so that of course means you still need to be careful if you are driving out on the interstate. Secondary roads are still covered, and the main arteries to places like Interstate 80 are getting covered. But as I've been standing out here, I'm not seeing a whole bunch of traffic out here. Maybe people are taking the advice, staying home. It could certainly get worse. Joyce Strain's coming up here in a second to give you the latest. For now, reporting live from Greenville Avenue, I'm Mark Despotakis. Pat, back to you.
Thanks, Mark. So how much snow are we actually going to get? Joy Strain joins us now with a quick look. So Joy, how bad is it going to be?
I don't think it's going to be as bad as we all originally anticipated. I'm going to say 1 to 3 inches from tonight into early tomorrow morning. But let's go ahead and take a look at the current conditions outside right now. Today we reached a high of about 30 degrees. Current temperature is 24. The wind is out of the northwest, gusting anywhere from 15 to 24 miles per hour. Humidity is at 81%. The barometer is 29.61 and steady. Visibility is 3/4 of a mile. The wind chill is 1 degree above zero, and the low for tonight is 17. Taking a look at our Doppler, you can see that we do still have some light snow showers in our area. They will be pushing on through, bringing us some more snow showers throughout the evening, and possibly some more snow showers moving in tomorrow morning as well. If we take a look at the snowfall forecast, we are expecting only 1 to 3 inches throughout tonight into tomorrow morning. Off to the northeast, still in New York State and Massachusetts and Connecticut, they are still expecting some high snow amounts, maybe an additional 3 to 6 inches through tonight into tomorrow. If we take a look at tonight's forecast, we will be dropping into the teens. Places like Pittsburgh and Cleveland will be in the lower 20s. Philadelphia, almost near 30, and parts of New York, Buffalo, Syracuse, also in the low to mid-20s. And if we take a look at our 5-day forecast for tomorrow, we're expecting mostly cloudy skies with a high of 35, a low of 17. For Thursday, snow showers likely, a high of 42, a low of 22. On Friday, a high of 36, a low of 21. For Saturday, some more snow showers in our area, a high of 38, a low of 21. And for Sunday, more snow showers on the way, a high of 45 and a low of 26. So the snow will be tapering off this evening, and maybe a few more snow showers will be moving into our area later on in the week.
Thanks, Joy. The jobless rate in Clarion County jumped from 5.5% in December to 7.6% in January. Resident employment declined 100 to 17,500, while employment advanced 400 to 14,000. Pennsylvania's seasonally unadjusted jobless rate for January was 4.9%. The national rate was 4.7%. It's hard to find anyone who doesn't have a cell phone anymore. If you own one, then you know that you may sometimes be cut off in mid-conversation because your phone can't find a signal. Well, that's why Dynatech, a company that builds cellular phone towers, asked the Clarion County Planning Commission to build 3 new towers along the Route 322 corridor. 2 towers were approved by the board, but 1 near Clarion Borough may not go up. You see, it's close to the Clarion County Airport. Apparently, a problem could occur if a plane was using an instrument landing system due to the tower placement. Possible solutions being looked at are making the tower shorter or finding a new site for it. It ended just about 10 minutes ago, and now we have a recap. Clarion Borough Council. TV5's very own Carrie LaPoo joins us live from the Clarion Free Library with a complete recap. Carrie?
Thanks, Pat. Tonight's meeting started off with Tony Linan from the Citizen Advisory Board coming to present property improvement awards to citizens in the borough. Most of the citizens were here tonight to accept their rewards, however, some were not due to the weather conditions. Public Works tonight discussed the snow and ice control, their street sweeping, and equipment for general maintenance for the monthly report. Also, for the public safety report, Melvin Riffer commended Chief Reed and the rest of the borough police for the recent work that they did with the National City Bank robbery. Chief Reed and also Melvin Riffer commended Clarion University students for the information they provided for this. Finally, with the Housing and Zoning, Clarion Area Authority report talked about the sidewalk ordinance that was presented tonight and will be advertised next month at the monthly meeting. It was approved tonight for maintenance and repair in borough for residents and public. Standards were to be set to describe conditions for a need of repair of sidewalks. These were the things that were talked about at tonight's meeting. Many things were approved tonight, and that was all for tonight's meeting. So back to you, Pat.
Thanks, Carrie. President Bush pitched his $1.6 trillion tax cut plan on the floor of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange on Tuesday. From that location, he talked about Vice President Cheney's latest visit to the doctor. Cheney is now out of the hospital and his clogged artery has been cleared, but questions remain about his health and ability to serve.
He is not going to put himself in a position where he gets very sick. Anytime there's any doubt as to whether or not he needs to see a doctor, he'll see a doctor. And he's plenty strong and plenty capable of carrying the workload that he's been working in the past. Now, keep in mind, I'm not his doctor. going to be up to his doctor and his wife and his family to make a decision. But I don't think he needs to cut back on his work.
Cheney, who has had 4 heart attacks, checked into the hospital Monday after experiencing chest pains. He underwent balloon angioplasty on an artery. Doctors said there was no evidence he suffered another heart attack. Police are describing the alleged shooter at Santana High School as an angry young man. The 15-year-old Andrew Charles Williams is scheduled to be arraigned Wednesday. Authorities say he'll be tried as an adult on charges of murder, assault with a deadly weapon, and gun possession. Police say Williams entered a school bathroom Monday morning and shot 2 people. He then opened the bathroom door and started shooting randomly at anyone walking by. The gunfire left 2 students dead and 13 other people wounded. In a New York Times interview, the subject's mother described her son as a normal, good-natured teenager. She said she had never seen him act moody. Friends of Williams told NBC this morning they searched him for weapons before going to school on Monday, but they found nothing. They didn't check his backpack. Well, that's a quick look at tonight's headlines. Stay tuned to TV5 tomorrow night for TV5 News at 8, a complete half-hour recap of the day's news. Have a good night, and Carrie LaPoo and Kelly Esno will join you right here tomorrow night.